Hey, it's Dr. Kelly from Piano by Pictures, and today one of our teachers, Jacob, is going to show you how to take Jingle Bells from this and turn it into this. I'm super excited to hear about your success from playing with the Piano by Pictures method in this video with our teacher. Take it away, Jacob.
Thanks, Dr. Kelly. Have you ever wondered why we say that we play the piano instead of work at the piano or some other thing? Well, that's because piano playing is meant to be fun. In the spirit of fun, let's take a simple section of the song Jingle Bells and try to make a game out of it. So the first thing we need to do is just to play the song. We're going to start with the right hand melody and get that down first.
First, we have a string of E's. So we're going to play E, 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 E. You can think of this as a short, short, long, short, short, long. Then the next phrase is E, G, C, D, E. We're going to do 4 Fs, and then F and 3 E's, and then E, D, D, E, D, G. Now, the second line, you kind of get this one for free because the entire first half of it, or even first 2/3 of this, are exactly the same as the first. So we still have our string of E's. We still have E, G, C, D, E. Then 4 Fs, F and then 3 E's. And then we'll end with this little move right here. G, G, F, D, C.
Make sure that you practice this melody enough times to internalize it. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with the left hand, so it's really important to practice the right hand enough to where you can play it without really thinking about it all that hard. For the left hand, we're going to need to learn 4 chords. We're going to need C, G, F, and D. Let's take a look.
We're going to use C major. So the notes of this are C, E, G. Take a look at the shape of this. See the little gaps in between? That's how you know you're doing it right. Next 2 chords we're going to look at are F. Same pattern. We just start on F and do a little skip, skip. And then we'll also do a G chord, which starts on G. We add our little skip, skip. Here it is. Now, the last chord is a little bit trickier because it has this black key in there, this F sharp. So it's a D major chord. So this is what this looks like. You start on D. Instead of F, we just move up to F sharp and then A. So this is a D major. See how this is a lot brighter than this D minor? D minor is a little sad. D major is a lot more bright.
Now that we know the left hand and the right hand, let's take a minute to combine the two together and start playing hands together.
So we have E, 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 and then E, G, C, D, E. When we play the note F, we move to the F chord. That's an easy one to remember. Now this part's a little tricky because we're staying on F in the right hand, but we're playing a C in the left hand. So we have. And for the next part, we're going to play E, D, D, E, all over this D major chord that we just learned. And then we land on this G for the note D, and then pop up there. Here's the whole thing. And the second line, similar to the right hand, is almost identical, but they just switch a couple chords around so that we land nicely on a C chord for the ending. So here's what this sounds like. The whole first part is still just over a C chord. And then when you go to F, you play F. And then this little suspension move. And then instead of going to D, we just skip straight to G for this last phrase. And then we land on C. Isn't that nice?
Honestly, if this is as far as you get in the video, that is okay. It is enough to just play the song. Honestly, if you've learned the melody and the chords, you're doing a lot better than most musicians I've encountered in the wild. To me, the piano is an instrument of imagination. When we play that right hand part, we're not simply taking our hand and just squishing down buttons. We're pretending to sing the melody. Oftentimes while you're playing it, you can hear the words in your head. To continue that, we're going to pretend to do something else in the left hand. In this case, we're going to pretend to play a bass.
How to do this is we take the same chords that we just used. So for example, a C chord, take that C chord, and we're going to just get rid of the middle note. And we're left with the root, which is just the name of the chord. So if it's a C chord, it's C, and the fifth. And the reason it's the fifth is because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 5 notes away. And we're just gonna bounce back and forth between those two notes in a nice rhythm. C and G. For the F chord, we do the same thing. We just move our hand to F. The G chord is the same thing. You just take the chord and just use the outer voices to play the bass line. For D, it's the same thing. And the nice thing about this is we don't even have to worry about this F sharp anymore. And C. So here's the whole thing. Easy. See how nice that is? Already we're sounding a lot jazzier. You can even speed this up, it sounds quite good. Nice and swinging.
Now, there is often a trade-off on the piano of mental work and physical work. Some things are just really hard to play, but a lot of times we can take something that's a little tough and think about it for a second and make it much easier to play. So for this left hand bass line, we're going to reorder the notes a little bit and make our left hand work a lot less. Check it out.
Right now, when I play the C to the G, for example, I have to move my hand all the way up, and it's not too bad, but you know, over time that unnecessary movement adds up. So if we think about this a little bit, we can actually make this easier for us to play. So what we're going to do is, first let's take a look at C going to F. So see how when I play the fifth of F, I just land back on this C? So it's actually totally acceptable for me to just stay on the C I'm already on. Here's what we're going to do. C to G. F is going to move from F to C for the root and fifth bass. G is going to move from G to D like this. So instead of going up to the fifth, we go down to the fifth, or in this case, the fourth, but you know, it's the same thing. For D, we just get to play it normal. Let's see how much easier this is. Watch my left hand as I play this. I can do literally the same sound without moving my hand from this little zone right here.
Isn't that nice? Whenever I take something that's a little tricky and make it easier, it just makes me feel super clever. It's a good thing we did that work to make the left hand easier, because for the next level, we're going to go ahead and make it hard again. Here's how to play that bass line with octaves.
how we're going to do this is we're going to use the same notes that we just used in this position right here. And we're going to just take the same thing and play it as octaves. Octave is just taking one note and then just taking the same exact note and then adding it above or below, in this case above. So we have C and C, we have G and G, D and D, etc. So I'm going to just bounce nice back and forth between these two. It's a good thing we have the bunch of C's at the top of this because we can really get acquainted with this C chord. We have. See that? For F, we use the same move. For C, we stay on C. For D, then G, and then back to C. Bouncing all over this dang piano.
All right, for the next level, we're still going to pretend that our left hand is a bass, but now we're going to take that bass line on a little walk. A walking bass line just plays quarter notes, so just consistent 1, 2, 3, 4, constant stream of notes in the left hand. Let's see how we do this.
For our walking bass line, we're going to use the same formula. We're going to take the chord and use it as our foundation. And what we're going to do is we're going to just add the 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just go up one more note. So for C, our notes are going to be C, E, G, then A. For F, same thing, same formula. We take our chord and we just add the 6. For the G chord, same thing. We take our G chord and we just add the 6. And it's right here by the 5, and so you don't get lost. The D chord, D, F sharp, A, and B. So here's how this all fits together. F, then C, then D, then G, back to C. So if you don't have a bass player, no excuses. You can walk that bass yourself. So these techniques are not just meant for Jingle Bells. You can use this in life. So if you're playing on like the blues, for example, works just fine.
Okay, so for the final level, we're going to pretend that our left hand is a guitar. This style of piano playing is commonly referred to as stride piano or jump bass, but personally I like to call it oompa loompa because you kind of go oompa loompa. All right, here's how to do it.
We're going to take that same idea of the roots and fifths. We're going to add a little chord on top of it, almost emulating a guitar. So for the C chord, we're going to kind of block out the entire shape for this, okay? So I'm playing a C, and then I'm just reaching down for this G, okay? And it's a little bit of a stretch, but if you practice it, you'll get it. Now, I'm going to kind of relax my hand and only move it as needed. So I'm going to hit C, then grab these top 2 notes, and then reach down for G, and then grab the top 2 notes again. So C, and then the top, then G, and the top. So I still have my doom, 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 doom bass line, but I also get the guitar part, you know. So here's what this looks like. The D chord will be played exactly the same, so just grab the entire chord and then add that 5th in the bass. Now, these two will be the same, but for the range of the piano, this This gets a little chunky. I'm not a huge fan of this. So for the F and G chords, we're going to hit the root with our pinky, jump up to the root and third again. So we're going to grab these and these two and hit the fifth here. So. And the G chord will be performed the same way. So G in the bass, grab these two notes, grab G and B, grab D, and that's how you play the whole thing. So here's the entire thing with hands together.
Congratulations, you have gone through all 6 levels of Jingle Bells. I personally thought this one was a little bit tough, but if this was too easy for you, here's a little bonus challenge. Take that right hand melody, and instead of playing it with individual fingers, try it with octaves. Here's what that looks like with the stride pattern.
Wow, isn't it amazing how many simple things you can do with a great song like this? Let us know in the comments what level you made it to, and feel free to put any questions you may have there as well. If this lesson went a little too fast, or you'd like more and to know more about the Piano by Pictures method, I recommend picking up a copy of our free Piano by Pictures printed Christmas book so that you can play all of these holiday classics with the Piano by Pictures method. We'll also send you some free resources and materials so you can learn exactly how to use this. All you got to do is cover the cost of shipping to get one of these free gifts. Go ahead and check out the comment section. The top comment should have a link to that, or the description of the video should have a link as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful Christmas and enjoy playing the piano.